Hey there, bird people. Tim and Melissa here from Zen of Birds, and today we're on our old stomping grounds in Rochester, New York, and we're at a place called Firehouse Woods. It's just on the southern shore of Lake Ontario, and it's a place that years ago we used to come to, and it's pretty cool to be back here again because it is a hotspot for warblers. So the plan today is that we're going to go to Firehouse Woods, which is, proper Firehouse Woods, which is on one side of the street. There's usually lots of warblers in here this time of year. And then after we do this, we're going to go to the other side of the street, which is, I guess we call it Church Woods. It's a church, and they have kind of a path and woods there, which is also fantastic for warblers. So let's get started. So the super tricky thing about warblers is that a couple things. One, some of them kind of look alike, or pretty close. But the hardest part is filming them. They flit around, they don't sit still for very long, and they tend to like the underbrush, so it's a real challenge. I'm hoping to get some good shots today, but fingers crossed because, like I've said before, I'm not that good a photographer, but we'll see what happens. So we're walking along over here in Firehouse Woods, and there are just a lot of birds out this morning. There's lots of little warblers, and they're tough to see. We just saw a couple of yellow-rumped warblers. Hopefully I get a good shot of them. Again, fingers crossed, because the light isn't good, which is also a problem, but combined with my photography skills, it's a challenge. Still, it is really exciting to see all these warblers out today, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just lots of little warblers out everywhere. So far we've seen yellow-rumped warbler, we've seen yellow warblers, and we ran into someone who said there was a wood thrush, and we're hoping to run into that here in the back part, but we'll see.
No luck yet.
No luck yet. And I love wood thrush. One of the things that I love about visiting old birding spots is that it takes you back to years ago when I was here birding, right? And there's something about it. I don't remember the birds necessarily that I saw, although I'm sure I could guess what they were. But what I do remember are the people I was birding with and the experiences around that, And I think that's an important part of birds and birding and just nature in general, right? It's you create memories, but it's not just nature. It's also memories with, people. So we're going to leave Firehouse Woods now. We're going to go across the street to the Church Woods. And it's really kind of cool. The church, it's, I believe, Lakeview, a community church. They kind of lean into the birding thing, right? And they have a great patch of woods there on their property for seeing warblers. And I think a lot of, organizations would be leave us alone, birders. We don't want you here. But they lean into it. They welcome birders here, and they kind of go out of their way to make it a nice place for birders. And so I think that's a pretty cool thing, right? So we're just a little ways into the trail here at Church Woods, and we've already seen a bunch of warblers. We've seen more yellow-rumped warblers. We've seen some yellow warblers. And then we saw a black-throated blue warbler, which I didn't get a picture of, unfortunately, but a beautiful warbler to see. So, yeah, well, let's keep going. So walking up along this trail, kind of keeping our eye out for warblers. And lo and behold, we run into a gray catbird. Another nice little bird, so yay us. One of the things I love about warbler season is just the sound. And hopefully the microphone's going to pick this up. We're just going to let it run for a minute and see if you can hear the warblers. There's a little car noise, but see what you can see here. Hear that? Doesn't get any better than that.
Okay, so we're walking around seeing all these warblers and just expecting to see warblers, and then out of the blue we saw our first Baltimore Oriole for the day.
For the year. Okay, in other non-warbler news, we saw a big bird going through the trees here, and it came out here. The shot that I got is not great. I'll bet it's not that good, but pretty sure it was a bald eagle, and it was being chased by a little bird. It was pretty cool to see. So there's another one. Is kind of a trip down memory lane. I remember years ago when I was on my first warbler field trip, and it was here at Church Woods. It was probably the first time that I had gone out and, I don't know, identified warblers with a lot of help. But yeah, it's real trip down memory lane. I guess birding, like I said before, birding, it's not just about the birds. It's also about the people that you meet and the experiences that you have, and it's a big part, I think, of the reason why I bird. We're kind of back here in this circle part of Church Woods. There's a circle around bushes and like a cleared out path, and we just saw a bunch of palm warblers, so another warbler to the mix for the day. Nice. So we're quite deep here in Church Woods, and we've kind of seen what we're going to see back in here. So the plan now is that we're going to head back out and hopefully pick up a few more birds on the way out. It'd be nice to see some more warblers, always more warblers. You can never see too many warblers, right? Okay, so let's do the wrap up for today. Today was a really good bird day for us. Probably our best birding day over the last couple of months, I'd say. Mm-hmm. Warblers were just everywhere. We saw a bunch of yellow-rumped warblers. We saw a bunch of yellow warblers. Palm warblers, we saw a bunch of those. We saw a few black-throated blue warblers, but we didn't get a good picture of those. Didn't really get any picture of those, to be honest with you. And then we saw some other cool birds today too, right? We saw a gray catbird. We saw a bald eagle.
Yep, Baltimore Oriole.
Baltimore Oriole was beautiful, just beautiful sitting up there on that tree. We also saw a downy woodpecker. Didn't take a picture of that because we'd seen a bunch of those.
A couple cardinals.
Cardinals, a lot of blue jays. A lot of blue jays out today. And robins, of course, red-winged blackbirds, a few sparrows, the kind of stuff that you'd expect. So, overall for us, this was a really good day from a bird standpoint. From a photography standpoint...
Did you say catbird too?
Yeah, I did. Great catbird. From a photography standpoint, mixed bag, okay? The light was kind of weird today. It was kind of tricky. And we're dealing with warblers again, which are very, very difficult, for me anyway, to catch good pictures of. Hopefully I've got a few good shots. We'll see. But overall, it was a really good day. And I think, for me, it was kind of, I'll admit, I'm a sucker for nostalgia, so it was kind of a nostalgic day to come back here to Firehouse Woods and Church Woods here in Rochester. And I think, it's important to think that way, right? I mean, it's like, we mark time. And I think birding is one of the ways that I mark time. It's like, I remember when I was here, and just getting out is one of the ways that we do that.
That's good.
Anything to add?
Nope.
All right. So I guess that's it for today. We're going to wrap it up. Again, if you're in Rochester and you have a chance, stop by Firehouse Woods, Church Woods, especially in May. May is the hot time for this area because of warblers, but you'll see other birds too. We'll put some information in the description for you about some of the birds that we saw today, like the yellow warbler, yellow-rumped warbler, that kind of thing. And we'll also include a link to Zena Birds, our website, where you can find all kinds of stories and resources if you're into birding, okay? I guess that's going to do it for today. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.